Harry's father, Charles, once described Harry as not being the family scholar. That's what we might call British understatement. It's not just the book, but in the recent days, Harry has given what seems like almost non-stop interviews.
Right.
He was on Stephen Colbert last night. He was on Good Morning America before that. He was on CBS 60 Minutes with sorry, I've slipped his name, Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, yes.
He was did an hour and a half with ITV. He did a 6-part Netflix series. So all this is just in the run-up to this book. It's 400 pages. It's being compared to a therapy session rather than a memoir. It's very, very muddled. He maybe makes some good, serious points about the role of the British media and possibly overdoing it with the way the paparazzi covered his late mother, Princess Diana, and indeed all of the royal family. But in that, he muddles up the most ridiculous points. I mean, he complains that when he was 8 years old, his brother, Prince William, had a bigger bed than him when they were on family holiday in one of their palaces. I mean, it's just preposterous. It's like, it reminds me of Marie Antoinette, who famously said, "Let them eat cake," when people were basically starving. So in Britain, as we know, there's a lot of economic problems. Electricity and heating bills have gone through the roof. People are having to turn off their heating for part of the evening and night because they can't afford the bills. There's a whole lot of strikes from border guards to nurses and so on. There are people who can't get ambulances to take them to hospital. So Harry's worries, when you add them all up, pretty much come down to really nothing much. I mean, he's living in a house with 16 bathrooms near Hollywood in California. And he also said he wanted to leave Britain and step down as a working royal because he wanted privacy. But it seems like he wants to be at the center of world attention, far from privacy. The whole thing is really bizarre. If he doesn't like the media, why is he constantly giving interviews to the media?
Indeed, and to follow up from your let them eat cake analogy, it's the irony here is so heavy. It's like somebody taking a great chocolate gâteau to with extra cream on top to a Weight Watchers meeting when they say that they don't want to be in the media spotlight. It's that absurd, isn't it?
Even Marie Antoinette might be taken aback by Harry and Meghan's level of hypocrisy. And, you know, there's a slogan about the British royal family that Harry keeps on mentioning, which is never complain, never explain. Well, Harry and Meghan seem to be doing the exact opposite. It's always explain, always complain. And they don't seem to realize they may have one or two valid complaints there, but it's lost in this ridiculous stuff about the most trivial little things. Does Harry not realize that all families can have disputes? There are often questions on sibling rivalry. There are often questions on step-parents. You know, his mother is now the evil stepmother, according to
He's
Harry.
been watching some pantomimes, perhaps.
Sorry?
He's been watching some pantomimes, perhaps. This is the theme from the British tradition, isn't it? With the pantomime, the stepmom is always the wicked character in the story.
Yes, everyone seems to be wicked. He's called Spare, but he's spared no one.
Right.
He's criticised his brother. He's criticised his brother's wife, Kate, his father, Charles. He's criticised pretty much everybody apart from his late mother and his darling wife, Meghan, who he describes in the book using italics as, and I quote, perfect, perfect, perfect. And no doubt he finds her perfect, but, you know, do we need to hear all this? Maybe just as the Palace famously said last year after his Oprah Winfrey interview, they said recollections may differ. Well, opinions of Meghan may differ.
Right. And that's all. That's all. Really sums up how sad this whole situation is. In fact, if Prince Harry is watching this interview, he might be saying, "Oh, this is just mainstream media churning out the same diatribe against us." But I can honestly tell anybody watching this that we didn't previously discuss where this conversation was going. I didn't know what you were going to, but I think both of us.
I should also add that Prince Harry was the most popular member
Exactly,
of the
that's
British royal family, even more than the Queen Elizabeth II,
absolutely.
until about 3 years ago. And his wedding to Meghan, which I actually commented on at the time, was a joyous occasion. Far from people being resentful that he was marrying a commoner, there was really a lot of positive feeling, including by myself, that he would bring in someone new and refreshing and with a different life experience, having worked as an actress and having been American and lived in Canada. It's ridiculous to suggest that people bore ill will against Harry and Meghan. To the extent they do today, I'd really say they brought it on themselves,
Right.
and can't blame anyone else.
And this, he really, after the death of his mother, both Harry and William were in the hearts of the British people, whether or not they supported the monarchy. People fell for them.